G'day everyone, it's Milmo here and I am back for this All Out War number 6, the final stage of this act number 3 to win ourselves this 4-star All Out War mark. Now he is one of these ones with this specialist skill I don't have, so I'm very interested to actually see how this skill works and sort of see it in action. I've went up against it before but not actually got someone with this neutralized, so I'm very excited to actually, I guess, have that in my roster. Now, we've lost Chucky there, the first wave, so these guys are going to be some big hitters, but because there is 6 waves, I bring in, unfortunately, they've gave us the craptastic Rick as the ally again, which is absolutely useless, so I've brought in the heavy guns, which is near Tear and Nerf gas, and got it ready. Just going to struggle my way through this first wave so that I can then use the Tear and Nerf gas the next 5 waves, because you can only bring in 5 of those. So we did lose Chuck there to a big hit and alert, but that's okay. We'll revive him now, use Molly to heal so he's up and running again, and we'll get rid of this chick. We're not using the rushes because I'm just building up for the next wave. Sometimes the best thing you can do with these waves is build up for the next one. Now what we're going to do here is hit him with the Tear and Nerf gas. So Nerf gas 450 damage, Tear the 150, and then minus the attack and defense on all those players, and then we're just going to unload all these rushes that we saved for the beginning of this wave, and we should be done with these guys fairly quickly and then move on to the next wave and just keep doing the same, keep hitting with the Tear and Nerf gas, doing that damage and minusing their attack and defense, and then coming over the top with those rushes, and I should be done with this fairly quickly. Now, per usual, try and bring in a team that's usually 2 traits, because you are going to actually, if you bring in a mixture, you're going to be vulnerable in more than one of these waves. They tend to have a lot of fasts or a lot of strongs or something within certain waves, so if you can only be weakened by 2 waves out of 6, then that's better than being weakened by 4 or 5 or 6 waves all up. Like I say, I'm just going to keep hitting these guys with the Tear and Nerf gas at the beginning of each one and try and get rid of them as quick as possible. I'm not a fan of this Rick. You've heard me whinge a million times about them giving this Rick as ally. I would prefer being able to choose my own ally, but if they're going to give me a craptastic ally like Rick, then I'm going to bring in the big guns with the Tear and Nerf gas and things like that. Be expected to lose a few lives here and have to use your smelling salts and things like that, just because of that. Like that ally's not helping you at all, and this team isn't my best team, so I'm more than happy to lose a few lives and use them smelling salts to get through it quick, but getting through it fairly quickly here. Rick, you can't even kill someone. You can't even kill the opposite trait with your rush. Why do they give you him? God knows why. Let's move on to the last wave. Every time I see him come up, I just bite. I bite my tongue because it's that painful actually watching him come up in that spot as your ally. But yeah, I've got through this one fairly quickly. If you are struggling, make sure you bring in your Tear, your Nerf gas, either grenades or vials, and make sure you use it. Take a full advantage of all those battle items, because you are being hindered because of this crap ally of Rick there. So just make sure you're taking full advantage of those allies, and possibly, if you can, bring in a few healers. It will help you a lot. Few healers, few big hitters, and those battle items, you should be able to get through these stages even with Rick as the ally. So we'll watch these guys finish up this war here, and Rick's going to do the final blow, is he? Yep. Right in hell. Well, that turned sideways very quickly, so there he is there, All Out War mark. Now, not overly a bad character to have. You know, he's got the fast AP there, the 58, deals 225 damage and minus 40% defense to up to 4 enemies for 3 turns. Yeah, that's a solid amount. That's a good amount of, you know, not only range it's hitting, but that's a nice amount of damage. Not overly strong, but nice. Minus 40%, that's fairly handy to have. And there it is there, that neutralized skill, which when a character attacks and has 90% or more adrenaline, the enemy will be impaired, which is always nice to stop those rushes come off. They are the killer. So as always, thank you for watching.